So welcome to the awards ceremony for our summer social for the honors program, which was a scavenger hunt. As the participants who are all here know, we formed teams by our graduation years. The class of 2024, wave really big. That's first years. Give us a wave. Possibly in camera if possible. The sophomores, the class of 2023, where y'all at? Wave. Woo, yeah. And then our juniors, the class of 2022, where y'all at? Yeah, okay, so some of that enthusiasm's coming through. So as the teams know, they had 50 missions or themes to capture by photo or video. And these were obviously all amazing, impressive, creative themes. There were no losers in these themes because I made them, right? So there weren't any that were stretching or silly or grasp of any kind. And for round one, everybody had time until Thursday night to use this Goose Chase app to catch as many missions, complete as many missions as they could. And as it turns out, after some ups and downs, every team completed all of the missions. And so everyone is in a tie for first place. So give yourselves a big round of applause. So one thing I'll need to get from you guys is a list of everyone who was on each team. If anyone participated and submitted anything, I'm glad if you weren't able to participate, if you're just here to support your team, that's great. But you know, I wanna make sure I give credit to people. The app doesn't track individual contributions. It just like puts you down for your class year. For round two of our competition, I enlisted our honors program library liaison, Mackenzie Dunn, and she was a judge. We decided that we would use apples to apples rules, as well as like a combination of whose line is it anyway rules, which means basically she could add or remove points for whatever reason she wanted to based on her interpretation of the categories, whether it was rewarding you for being really literal and faithful to the category or being creative about the category. But as it says on whose line is it anyway, everything's made up and the points don't really matter, except for bragging rights and some really silly prizes that I just picked up today. So there will also be a prize awarded, voted on by each team. I would like you to agree amongst yourselves or send in your votes about who was your MVP. What person on your team was clutch, who either showed great leadership, got everybody organized, inspired people, or did some of the difficult challenges, or did, you know, a large number of challenges. So you get to decide for yourselves who you think is the MVP of your class, and they will also get a small prize. So we're going to look at some highlights, and then by the end of this, we will know who are the champions. And I'm going to do a screen share now, so that we can look at our little display. So, I gotta get my controls where I can get them. There we go. As you know, we've been doing a photo scavenger hunt. At the end of Thursday, all the teams were completely tied, and you're gonna notice that the first years are all the way on the left, the sophomores are in the middle column, and the juniors are on the far right. And we're gonna go through most of, not all of the categories. So in our bonus round, here's Mackenzie, our lovely judge. She's great, if you haven't met her yet. So we started with spirit, mind, and body, and we've got some great entries here. And from early on in sharing the photos with Mackenzie, I learned that she is partial to people putting things on their heads. And so the crown indicates that she was particularly taken and gave some extra points to the class of 2023. But all of these were fantastic interpretations of spirit. For mind, again, a variety of great entries of, you know, totally different takes on mind. And for body, again, a nice array, a nice variety of interpretations of the body. We really liked, though, that the first years had an entire sequence and theme, so well done them. Little extra points for them having one person execute all spirit, mind, and body. Yes, excellent. Special recognition to the class of 2024 for all dressed up. Prashant said that modeling agents can contact him. He is available. Mackenzie's comment was, love the shades. All dressed up, but no place to go. Awards to the classes of 2023 and 2022. 2022, this is the first time we see the back of a Domino's that you're gonna see a lot of. One of your team members sent in a lot of photos from work. Class of 2023, this is an Airstream trailer parked in a driveway, unable to actually go anywhere because of us being careful about quarantining. We asked you to show us your masks. Special awards for the classes of 2023 and the class of 2022. Liked the messaging for the sophomores and the just quantity of masks for the junior class. Excellent. Face shields as well. The ARG category. This was to get something pirate-like. Someone had this adorable sophomore rubber ducky with an eye patch. And then there was also a creative interpretation by the class of 2022, simulating an eye patch. So well done. The Bedhead Award goes to the sophomores. Thanks, Lily. Looking good. Best Cloud. This was a difficult category, but Mackenzie went with the class of 2024 because she liked the volume in the clouds here. So as I said, very unique criteria used, very individual. Best handstand. Okay, next time I run this, I'll have to make sure I clear it with the college's lawyers first because I probably put you all to pretty much serious risk here, but everyone executed beautiful handstands, even if it took them 10 attempts, but special commendation for the class of 2023 for Angelina doing this with no one taking the picture for her. Her taking her own photo from the handstand position, we thought deserved a nice recognition. Best lamp. Again, many fine entries, but this one was chosen because it was the most librarian-y, and Mackenzie used to have one like it. We asked you to find some support for Black Lives Matter in your communities, and all of these were amazing that you found in real world settings, and so it was just really great that you were able to find those. So it turns out Mackenzie used to work for a rival pizza company in her day, and she found this quite cheerful. Again, we had lots of interesting interpretations of that, but this one was a little fun, and I didn't expect to get videos, but it was fun. Here's some of what you all deemed as cozy. Best pet, truly a difficult category. 1,000,000 points to all of the animals, but this duck, this little chick was adorable and got special commendation. But these are also just lovely faces, these little puppers. We asked for an attractive door. We asked for your nastiest toothbrush. And I gotta tell you, we were impressed with almost all of the entries for all of the categories, but we were a little underwhelmed here because we did not think that these toothbrushes were nearly disgusting enough and that these could get a lot grosser. We each, Mackenzie and I, have ones that are much worse than these. So we didn't give any points here, and we expect more from you next time. Fits me to a T. Again, credit for the fact that Mackenzie would have happily worn all of these. She loved them, but she especially loved the juniors pick. 2 categories of Go Pride. One was to show us you and all of your swag. These look really great. You guys are ready to be back. And so we loved it all. And Go Pride, we asked to see your LGBTQ pride, and her comment about this picture was jaunty. So attitude definitely, got some bonus points in a lot of these. A sense of humor and creativity was often a tipping point for her. This is a lovely example of handmade. We have a lot of very talented people. For Let's Play, our first category about games, Mackenzie went for old school board games. So she passed over the electronic games. And there was one that seemed a little bachelorette party-esque. Still PG-13, but she skipped over that in favor of these traditional games. For a musical instrument, there were more musical instruments in the junior classes submissions. So they had two stringed instruments instead of just one each. So, but everyone did a guitar or a ukulele here. There was a lot of yummy looking food, even though this pizza was confessed to be quite old. And this cake is beautiful but puzzling because there's only half of it. So it just raised a lot of intriguing, mysterious questions for us. Mountain was a challenging category for people. So the class of 2024 came up with a very interesting representation of a mountain and sort of confessed that it was the best they could do. And Mackenzie was actually quite impressed by that. The class of 2022 went for a mountain, but we found that it was more hill-like. So Mackenzie took points off for it not being a very convincing mountain, but she gave some points back for it being a really solid hill. We asked you to share your attendees. We liked this pair. You had some nice nature shots. We asked for pictures of maps.
The last one, the nature photo was my photo.
Oh.
And it's 2024.
Okay, so it got in the wrong slot. It should, the water picture?
Yeah, no, the one that said nature on nature.
Okay. Okay.
And I took the other two pictures too.
Cool. All right, we'll get that straight in the end. We'll do some math. Map pictures. She liked the time travel nature of the map submitted by the sophomores because this was a sort of historical map. And then she liked that we saw the delivery zones for the junior class. We asked to see your suitcases. You delivered. We asked you to come up with a fake ransom note. These were all charming, definitely for Breaking Bad fans. I'll encourage you to zoom in and see. Maybe Lily can unmute and tell us what the class of 23s says. Do you remember roughly?
Yes, it says caution. What does it say? I'm gonna find the picture.
An engineer's being held hostage.
Caution, engineer hostage due to COVID-19 for the fall semester of 2020. Will let people in for cheesy math jokes.
But the one that won Mackenzie's heart was the junior classes. I have your stuffed bear. It's being held in a wooden cage without honey. Pay up $300 to get it back. The bear nappers. She found this to be incredibly cruel and a very good example of a ransom note. So planks were submitted, but we were kind of disappointed that people didn't take the creative route to show us you doing a plank. Plus, you know, we thought you were SC students who were very interested in the body. Plus, we thought you were fans of The Office and would go that route. But anyway, we still had some good planks. So there were some points given, some points taken away. We asked for your best thinking pose. And again, you see having something on your head scores you some points with Mackenzie a lot of the time. She said of the first year's submission, the hat really makes it. And I think these are all great, but for her, that was the tipping point. Room with a view, there were some nice submissions here of what people saw out their windows. The dog was incredibly cute. But at this point in the judging, she started to feel like it might be an attempt to manipulate the judges. And so points were taken off for that. This was our only true sandcastle. Everybody else got creative with it, but this one was a picture of sand, so literal was supported there. Some lovely pictures of folks with their books, and great points to the juniors also for taking this picture with your foot. So very impressive, and we love a book face. The book in front of your face is always a good look for us. So points all around. She's run out of ideas refers to me as the she. The students were challenged to find a power strip, and Mackenzie liked this submission the best. She sort of took the angle of this is the most tangled cord, and so she felt like that captured the essence of the category. Stop and smell the roses, flowers. Again, beautiful work, but she went with the sophomore offering because she said is probably the smelliest. Teams were challenged to come up with their best mean face. And while these are all amazing, she laughed out loud at Lily's, which is, you know, a reaction, so points there. But she found the face of the first year submissions to be really impressive because she just had a feeling that something really mean was about to be said right after this face was given to you. So she wanted to recognize that as well. Sad pillow. This was a great category. The crying pillow that's watched too much Netflix was inspired, but we also liked the junior class's choice. You know, we have someone recovering from their oral surgery here, getting their wisdom teeth out.
2024. That was their photo.
That's 2024? Okay, I'll get it straight. Well, then that's a wash, right? One from each category over?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, I'm sorry. Yes. Then we get to a couple that are the random items, and we're coming to the end of our categories in just a few short more rounds. All of these were impressive still lifes of items you would find in a desk drawer. Mackenzie liked the stapler in the first year class, and she has that pen. She also has the pen that the sophomores found, but then she liked the uniqueness of the pen in the juniors offering. So points all around for the desk drawer submissions. The junk drawer submissions, also relatively strong. Composition was very artful for the first years and the sophomores. The juniors is an impressive collection of things, but by this point we were getting kind of tired looking at submissions, and we had to kind of hunt to see if everything was in there. So took a few points off for that, but you know what? It's gonna be fine. Kitchen cabinet, some nice things here. An interesting heart spoon from the juniors. Mackenzie owns that same lid that the sophomores submitted, and we have a nice little secret selfie there reflected in the pan lid from the first year's submissions. Final category was our confused faces, and she loved all of these submissions, but she found the junior offering to be the best interpretation of confusion. So she was very, very strict on this one. So let's all, I'm going to stop share for a second. Let us all give each other an unmute and a round of applause for our submissions. Any particular shout outs that you want to commend, you know, even if they weren't on your team?
I'm just really bummed that I did not do this and make the joke about like the French Revolution and mountains, but it's okay. I'll get over it. They were all amazing photos and everyone did such a great job.
So she's objective. She didn't get to participate, so I think you should take that very seriously as positive feedback, that she was impressed as much as we were. Thoughts, Kaylee? And then I'll hear from each of you. I'll prompt you.
It was really cool to see everyone interpret some of them differently, because a lot of them were open to it and nobody did, like, no one was lazy with their submissions, which I thought was really awesome.
Yeah, there was some effort. Nicole and then Lily, thoughts?
I know at least when I was reading through the feed of it, like the comments made some of the pictures like so much more clever than they were if you were just like looking at the picture itself. So it was fun to also read the captions attached to it.
Yes, I liked liking everybody's photos as we got them in our feed on the app, just to sort of say, oh, that's cute. Yeah, Lily.
To add to that, I also really liked the captions because like they made me laugh like even more if I just saw the picture. So yeah, everyone did a great job like submitting them on time, and we all came together in the end.
Yeah, it was touch and go there, and it wasn't taking off, and then suddenly it was a real contest. So Allie and then Remy, thoughts?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was really fun, and I really liked it.
Remy?
I had fun like just going around town and around like the South Shore of Massachusetts, just trying to find like some of the places, and like having some of my friends like ride shotgun and take photos of me while we were doing some of the stuff.
Nice. Angelina.
Excuse me, sorry. I just like people's interpretations of the different challenges. Like there were some, like I read the descriptions of like what it was supposed to be, and I was like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna like find something that fits this. And then I would like go and see what somebody else did, and I was like, wow, that's really clever. So
Nice. And Prashant. Oh, let's unmute you.
Okay. I really like the caption feature that the app had, and I used it a lot. So it was fun, all in all, and yeah, that is all.
Great. All right, let's see how it all added up. I'm going to screen share one more time. We'll finish watching the end. There's just a few more slides. So, Mackenzie wanted to take a few points off from the juniors for the shameless product placement of dominoes appearing in like half of the entries. And so a few demerits for that. However, it still was the juniors' game. So everyone had 500 points for completing the original round of missions. The extra points or the bonuses awarded through this round, the negatives or any sorts of penalties applied. It was quite a close contest, and it was completely made up. So, you know, you all should be proud that you had some fun with it. But we, in the end, recognize the junior class. So congratulations, class of 2022. You are our winners. And I'm so glad you guys played. Yay. So y'all can all unmute and we can just visit now. I'll stop recording.